good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Teach and Learn and Career Experience where we will look at my vlogs. I just had a bit of coffee, so now my moustache is a bit wet. But anyway, we're going to look at some of my vlogs. This is the 9th one that I've made. As I told you before, the big thing is, like, in between I made some Jan Africa videos and everything, but I'm just focusing on the vlogs thing. We're gonna skip through it, most of it. I think, like, there's about 3 or 4 minutes of the next vlog that, you know, we don't really have to worry about. And let's continue on. Now, you remember my South African trip? This was recorded, the next vlog, this one, boom, was recorded right before I left, I believe. Well, without any further ado, let's continue on. Welcome to another Zaffer vlog. My name is Bosvark. See, I was still going with Bosvark. I'm coming towards you through the power of the internet and from Korea, semi-live, I guess. What's up? Okay, first I have some news, let's call it that. Things have been going quite hectic lately because of the end of the year and the winter vacation here in Korea. I've written letters to my kids today. Oh, yes. And I gave it to most of them because 2 of them were absent on the last day of school. Well, second last day. On this period before the winter break. Apparently I'm seeing them again for another 2 weeks next year. That's just how Korea works. So I wrote them their letters, and man, those things, the kids, the things they taught me in the last year, it was amazing. It really was amazing. By the way, I'm still drinking that crap coffee. Okay, so just a quick thing about the crap coffee. I mentioned it briefly in the previous vlog, but this one is, Korea doesn't have filter coffee. You have to go out of your way to get filter coffee or decent coffee, you know. At that stage, I was still drinking, like, the chicory extract, the instant coffee, if you will. And at this stage, they didn't have, at this part in my Korean journey or visit or whatever, they did not have, you know, granuled coffee, and then I can just add things. They only had a ready mix coffee, which is basically milk, a powdered, like a creamer, powdered milk, sugar, and coffee. Damn weak. And for a while, I had to drink it. Because coffee, you know. Damn it. Yeah, so I wrote them their letters, and a weird thing happened because it was like personal letters to each of them. It's all 7 of the kids. But my Korean mentor teacher, or co-teacher if you will, asked me to read it out loud, and she translated it as I read it. I'm like, this is kind of personal. And it's kind of weird. I don't know, but like, all the kids sat around and they listened to what I had to say, and as she translated it as I spoke it and read it to them. And I made a connection. It's like... So the whole personal thing is, for each kid, I wrote like a personalized message and what they meant for me and what I learned from them and what I see their future is going to be and everything. Like, for example, Miss Artist, looking forward to see her paintings somewhere in a gallery someday, you know, stuff like that. It was really personal, and it's like, no, let's share it with the entire class. I'm like, okay then. Like a last attempt. It wasn't intended. I didn't intend it to be a connection, but I made a connection with the kids again. Probably for the last time that I will ever see them, that I made that connection. And it was amazing, man. Their respect for me just skyrocketed. They had respect for me, but it got even better. And I'm like, wow, you know,
I feel humbled that the kids actually appreciate what I gave them. The one kid, he, in his broken English, he told me, "Oh, teacher, this," and he showed the letter. He's like, I will keep it. I will keep it forever. And I'm sitting there, it's like, you go, kid. Okay, I didn't really cry, but still. It was an amazing experience to be.
I believe that kid that surprised me was the one that caused me the most, well, the second most issues during that year. Very naughty kid. He was also the guy who helped sweep the classroom in the beginning of the year, if you remember correctly.
Able to write these kids their letters. And I suggested for all Korean teachers actually to do that. Just, when you're leaving your kids, if things don't go according to plan, then I'll write about 53 letters next year. Well, no, it's about roughly 30 to 40 letters next year to say goodbye to the kids. And it's going to be hard, man. It's going to be really, really, really hard. But that's what I did. And tomorrow I'm off to Jeonju to get the extension of the ARC card thing, the alien registration card. And
so if you go to Korea, you get an ARC, alien registration card, which is essentially telling them where you live, who to contact if you get into trouble, and all of that. They track you like that. Not too bad, but yeah, that's how they track you. With the ARC card, I could have gone anywhere in my county and gone into museums for free and everything. You guys remember that I told you that in the previous episode? Basically, that's what the ARC also allowed you to do.
I'm going to try and upload maybe another 2 more videos.
Okay, cool. We're talking about videos uploads?
On this level.
Wait, what?
I played a bit of Magic, never actually
okay.
my cup of tea.
Okay, we're talking
Some
about
video or whatever.
Zafageek happenings, not really Korean
and
stuff.
Other than that, I'm healthy. I'm still kind of deaf in the one ear because of air pressure buildup somewhere.
Oh yeah, that happened to me constantly in Korea, especially during winter time. I'd go deaf in one ear, or maybe both, for a while. Just like pressure buildup.
Inside the ear.
But it was usually sorted out within a day, or 2, maybe.
That hopefully should be sorted out soon. And
I think
going to South Africa.
This was the first time or second time that my ears was blocked. Okay, now I'm talking about going to South Africa.
For a week.
For a week. Listen to this. For a week.
Next year, on the 24th of January, I think. I'm going to South Africa for a week. See the family there, see my dogs and everything, and gonna be a good time. Gonna be a good time. Which means I have to record a lot of videos before the day we updated the game and the server. I love it. It's like a whole new game. It is a whole
happenings.
This ear is definitely killing.
That's an issue.
Killing me. It's
the ear is the issue.
When I speak, I hear a reverb thing going on. What else? That's basically it.
Yeah, that's it. Right, yeah, so that was me and telling people about my plans to South Africa and everything. I believe there's a vlog coming up that's like, oh my South African trip was a bit of a horror story, but you know the story behind it. We'll just look at the vlog and laugh at me being all uncomfortable and shit. Let's get to the next one, shall we?
Good day,
and we're here,
and gentlemen, and welcome to another Zaffa vlog thing coming from South Korea through the power of the internet.
Just a quick thing, that is what my Heottok was bought in. You're going to see what it is now.
And my name is Bosvark, if you want. Today, there's not much going on. I have winter camp. And today we made coconut ice. Now that's a...
Google coconut ice and see if you can make it yourself. It's freaking amazing. If you like sweet things, go for that.
It's basically desiccated, shaved coconut with icing sugar and condensed milk. South African treat. That's why I made it, because I think it's a South African treat. I'm not sure if it's originated anywhere else. Didn't have the time to Wikipedia that crap. So, so we made coconut ice today, and it's like a brown layer and a white layer symbolizing the earth and the snow. And the kids love it. They still have like a slight aversion to the texture of coconut.
Okay, so what happened is the kids, like, we made this, and they're like, oh, this is going to be tasty, and they started eating it, and they're like, no, teacher. And then about 2 or 3 days later, they're like, oh, teacher, coconut ice? Coconut ice? I'm like, ha, I've converted you.
Because they don't eat it here, apparently, as much. And today, I have 2 things.
2?
Let me get it in there.
Pungo Pang. Ah, Pungo Pang. I think that's called Pungo Pang. We're going to listen to this now. This is Heottok. Ooh, delicious. That is just... What's filled in there? It's like nuts and stuff in that fish. If any of you are from Korea, you can actually tell me what the filling is, and that'll be the thing for today's video. If you've gotten this far in the video, tell me what's in that fish.
Yes. This is called Heottok, and this is called Pungo Pang. Pungo Pang. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. What is Heottok? It is a
Me literally reading off the Wikipedia. Look at that.
type of pancake, this thing over here, right? And it's usually
Look at
eaten
that.
during winter, and it's usually have brown sugar, honey, chopped peanuts, and cinnamon. That's the mixture it has in it. And without any further ado,
I can taste it.
I mean, this will be the death of me.
It
Heottok
was.
is amazing. Taking one bite out of that, some greasy fingers and all that, and then the punga fish, pungo pang actually, which means literally like a fish, cake or bread. And what's inside it is red bean paste.
Red
Now,
bean paste.
I'm
Yeah,
not
sorry.
usually a fan of red bean paste or anything bean-like. But Korea made me a fan. It's very, very delicious. And if you don't know
Let's just skip on a
how
few.
there's of it online, Heottok, I'll probably cake bread, fish bread. So
I'm still eating. I'm still eating.
let me finish eating first.
Continue on talking.
The Americans and the rest of the world, Minecraft.
Okay, we're talking
First
South Africa,
go to the moon and then Mars.
Zaffa happenings.
Still have the Return to Castle. Should be finished with Wolfenstein by the end.
Still
Also finished recording
updating.
that, so that will be out for the rest of the month. Wait, right? It's gonna be amazing. Gonna see old friends and family and all that.
Oh.
Watch the Jan Afrika video if you want to see last week's Jan Afrika video if you want to see what I'm talking about. And let me take another bite of this hot dog.
And that is it, I guess.
Brilliant. Oh,
Yeah, and that was it. Me talking about Heottok, and Pungo Pang. Quite delicious and everything. Loving it. I can literally, like, when I saw myself eating that Heottok, I'm like, oh yeah, I can taste it. But yeah, that was another look back on the thing. Not a lot to say about those 2 videos. This was before I knew that I was not going to be in South Africa for as long as I thought. And yeah, that's about it. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one, where we go look at some more of my vlogs, and maybe I can expand a bit more on them. Man, I miss Korea. Let me tell you, I miss Korea. But thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.